Thank you very much. You know, if I were to thank everybody who deserves to be thanked, everyone standing up here and most of you in the audience, I would far exceed my allotted time. So I want to thank the people of Minnesota who supported this legislation, and I respect the people who didn't. You have a perfect right to your own view, but I'm proud of those who can't step forward and said, you know, this is what makes Minnesota special. These bills involve major public investments, are understandably controversial. They're hotly debated, they're closely inspected, as they should be. That's democracy, and that's Minnesota. But I'm glad that in this case, as in many others, at that moment of truth, at that critical juncture, the most difficult point in the process, when the benefits are still conceptual and the cost is very real, the majority of the Minnesota legislature stepped forward, both the House and the Senate, and said, we will. We can do this, we will do this, and this is what makes Minnesota special.
I reread the emails that have come forward, and I wish you had a chance to read some of these emails that were sent, heartfelt emails from people that have never had a reason, or they just didn't feel the need to get involved with the legislative process. And there were some great stories about not only why it's important to save the Vikings, and why it's important to keep this state moving forward. And that's what we did. I feel very, very good about it. I also felt very good the hope that we can work together here, folks. We should be very proud of this bill, because it was a bipartisan bill.
When you take your kids to the Science Museum, when you take your kids to a park or a library, when you go with your friends to a Wild game or to a Twins game at Target Field, you don't often stop to think about what it took to get those buildings there. But every one of those buildings that you see, every big building that we have where we come together has been built with controversy and with an amazing coalition. None of those places where we come together came easily for us. And yet the easiest thing for us Minnesotans to do is actually to find ways to cross boundaries, find common ground, and make sure that we as one people have great places to come together.